If you've been paying attention to the AI space, you probably heard the term vibe coding. It's this idea that you don't need to be a syntax wizard to build software anymore. You just need the right vibe, the right idea, and the ability to describe it. Tools like Lovable and Cursor have been leading this charge, but Google just dropped a massive update that changes this game completely. This is AI Studio, and within that, we are in the build mode, where you can build your ideas with Gemini. We are just gonna go with I'm feeling lucky. So it generates a prompt for us in this example here for a dream journal, and let's just build it. So the way this works is it's gonna take this prompt. This is actually a very well crafted prompt, and it's gonna use this prompt to generate an app for us. So it starts by using this along with the Gemini 3 Pro preview. That's a new model that Google released. Check out my other video about that. And it's going to use this to generate a plan for this plan that we want to use. So this is the plan that it's using, which talks about we want the concept that it's looking for, architecture for it, clarifying the audio input, outlining API interactions, and all these different details within coding that would go. But if you are a person who has no idea about all of these details, you probably are not looking at that. You don't really care about that. And once it finishes all these different details, it's going to start writing the code for you. So it's just started writing the actual code after planning. And the best part in here is you don't have to figure out a way to deploy this code. As soon as some of the code is available here, we will start seeing a demo version here that we can start playing around with. So we'll let it finish. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some other things that Gemini can build. So this is another example from their gallery where Gemini has built this demo of, I think it's a simulator, yeah, physics simulator in here. And you're trying to see how the balls react as different in different areas, in different pentagon or squares, in these different shapes within that. Why is this one going so fast? Oh, there's no gravity. That's why energy conservation is happening fast. So each one of these have their own configurations within it, and you can see how these different things are working. So cloud of tiny particles in 0G. So they are moving when they interact with the boundaries, but otherwise not really. This is actually a very good experiment too, if you want to see like how people move around in spaces. I guess not really fully functional. Oh, this is nice, reverse gravity. But yeah, this whole thing is probably generated by just one prompt. We don't get to see the prompt, but you can ask it to make changes in here. So an easy one, let's go with, let's do light mode. And we will let it cook, and we'll go to the another tab and see something new. So this is another demo that the team has built. Again, all of these are not hard-coded demos. The code on the right-hand side was not written by a human. The code on the right-hand side was generated by Gemini 3 Pro, apparently, or hopefully. So let's start building in here. So we have this is similar to like Sims game, seems like, where it has a Sky Metropolis, and it has an AI advisor, and we'll start building our city. So we can build a road in here. So let's just build. Oh, we see some people traveling, some cars are traveling. We can build a house, 2 houses in here. Houses need some shopping. Let's pick it and put it black next to them. We also need a factory somewhere a little bit away from the home. But essentially this whole game is now playable. We are creating a pathway to the factory. Okay, I'm just gonna let them go off the map and see what happens. Also, they just they just keep running in a loop. Interesting. It's gonna continue building this, but essentially this is like a fully featured game in here where it's giving me some rewards in here as well. Okay, wow, yeah, advisor gave me some rewards. Okay, so this is things running around here. Let's get a park in here as well, a big park, and then let's add some more houses in here. But yeah, this is like a, doesn't seem like it has a lot of that house does not really have a way to get there. So let's bulldoze that house. But essentially all the voxel, within this voxel we have the ability to, oh, we got a lot of money in here. But yeah, the whole game is available here. It's not a lot of big space. It's not something that you would put on a, hopefully not on Steam, because it seems like it's just more for fun. But this whole thing was apparently built from prompts, and you can build this as well. Hopefully, I wish they showed me the prompt in here for that they used to generate this. But you can also download all of this code. You can save this. Of course, this is being saved by your Google Drive. It's back in Google Drive, but you can save to GitHub. I'll show an example where I did that. Actually, let's just go to that one. So this is the SynthID one, where I recently made another video about how SynthID works. SynthID is this new, not so new, it's last year they released something around this, but essentially it's a watermarking technique on text, audio, images, where they figure out how to hide details within the outputs that you're seeing so that a machine can tell whether this was generated by a machine. Check out my another video for that. But for this, I was very interested in not only running it here, but also deploying it. So I have actually connected it to GitHub, and this is my repo right now. And if we go take a look at that, this repository has all the code that we deployed, that we built from this. And I actually ended up deploying this on Cloud Run on GitHub pages as well. So let's just go and check it out. So you can see that building and deploying these things, especially if they do not require. Here we go. So this is the website right here. The whole website is deployed on my domain. It doesn't have to It doesn't have to stick to this page, but now you can see all the prompts and everything else that I went through. So I gave it a script, then I generated basic details, and I went through multiple iterations in here, changed the name, changed the details in here. I asked it to add some details with links from external things. Asked it to add some new columns in here that I did not have. And essentially, all I did was prompt and look at this website as it was going. And you can see some of the commits in here that happened afterwards. So let's see what are the commits in here. 9 commits. Some of the commits are specific to me trying to deploy it, but some of these were specifically these commits are coming from this right here. As you are making changes, you can start committing changes directly from here as well. You can also deploy it to Cloud Run. I have not tried this, but should be as simple as deploying it directly there, and you can share this app as well with other people. So if you made something that you don't want to worry about getting the code for or downloading it somewhere, you can just share this with your colleagues and you two can play together with this. So it's pretty easy to do this in here. What I loved about this, it was like mostly I gave it a paper, I gave it some links, and it was able to build this whole website, and it was actually very helpful in the way I was trying to explain the concept to the users. Then I was in Seattle last week around Tuesday, and I had folks in the audience, and I asked them to give me some prompts that they would like to see me to make apps of. I had early access to the Gemini 3, so that's the day it got released. So we all went through the whole thing, and we made some apps. So let's see some of those apps. So this one was translate recipes from one language to another, and they were looking specifically for how well does it translate between metrics and everything else within that, and how good overall the translation is. So last time when I tried this, it's got stuck at simmering. It never did finish. I have not made any changes to this, but essentially look at the prompt. This is the prompt that I gave. This is not a really good prompt. Actually, this time it worked. So last time it probably was because of rate limiting issues. That's the day Gemini got launched. So okay, we have, I think that I know French, but I don't really know French. But essentially these are tacos, Mexican tacos, classic recipe for Mexican tacos. And it essentially seems like it did a good job in here. I can't tell. Oh, it's showing us original text in here as well. Okay, that's very nice. I think that's what we asked for. We did not ask for anything specifically in there, but it's showing us original text in here as well, along with the translated version, which is very nice actually to double check if it is working well or not. Chef's note, I wish it was in English as well, but this actually worked. So we just got a complete recipe translated to French from English to French. I actually saw on New York Times recently they added a feature of changing these to be 2x, and that was actually amazing. I love that feature. But essentially we could build that in here as well. Should be as easy as prompting another thing in here. But yeah, it's like an app that we built in like 24 seconds. This is what all it took. 24 seconds for it to build the app. Let's go to another one. This is flora and fauna. This was another topic in there where we wanted to create an app that would generate designs based upon different flower patterns. So when it originally designed it for women wear. And I was like, I also want menswear. So we started in here, it generated, and then I asked it to do one for males as well. So it updated the code and generated these things. But then another feedback came in that we don't want just flowers, we need some leaves as well. So So we did all of that. Now let's just create something. So for women wear, we will go with sunflower, and let's go with a sundress design. So at this point, this is the fun part. In here, the previous one, it probably used Gemini as well, but in here it's gonna use Gemini with Nano Banana model. It's gonna generate an amazing photo in here. Hopefully, let's see. Oh my goodness, I I would say that I am not. I don't know enough about fashion, but this do look good. Does look good. Let's go with a foliage in here. Silver eucalyptus or polka dot. Let's go with polka dot and a cocktail dress. Let's see what it looks like. But it generates the photo, generates some vision, fabrication on how to get these details in here. I don't know enough about these. We can do a menswear demo as well. Okay, polka dot begonia. I have no idea what that means. And you can tell somebody like me can build a website, build an app like this, and can see the results like without having to worry about it. I love how it used like very custom fonts in here, very designed fonts versus like something that I would have come up with, which is very technical. This looks rad. Not something that I would wear, but looks great. Um, okay, so after that, we had somebody talk about they wanted to do a design system. So from a design system, from a screenshot, design system essentially says that they want to figure out what fonts, what color scheme, what are these different things that are being used. So what I did at last time, and I'm going to do the same thing again, is I took a screenshot of this and I uploaded it here. So I'm just waiting for the screenshot to process, and then I can upload it here. There we go. So I upload the screenshot. So just doing that upload, I remember the first time I was building an upload functionality, it took me almost half a day to build upload functionality. That was also like 5-10 years ago. But this just built the whole thing for you. And not only that, it is adding in the backend all the AI functionality that you would need to build these things. So it found out that the background and surfaces have these different colors: dark navy, deep navy, and gold. It found out that brand has different accents in here. That's actually not really good because these are coming from these buttons in here, but it got most of these things details in here. It got the typography, which actually is not correct. Laura, I don't know which if this is the one, but it got primary action, secondary action buttons. It got some forms in here, and you can export this code as well. This is based upon Tailwind. So this actually is like you built an app to generate the code that you need for another app, which is very interesting. Um, this one was fun because somebody just said, "Could you make me a matchmaking app?" And this one actually went very long on the depth in here. So let's just go with some details in here. I'm gonna update. Oh my goodness, that keyboard navigation is not great in here. Um, Hiking and coffee. I like hiking. I don't really like coffee, but sure. Um, Cooking, sci-fi, books. Okay, ideal Sunday. Walk with my dog. Okay, so now let's find matches. So it actually, all of this is simulated. It's not actually running anywhere. There's no other matches on this, but it generated some images for the other people that you could look at. And okay, it gave me 5 options in here. It's interesting that there's some of these images are not generated, are not being shown. Let's see, Denver, Colorado, Anaya. So now it's analyzing compatibility in here. All of this, it just built from this one prompt. Could you make a matchmaking app? That's all I needed. And the funny part was it said like green, red flags in here. And then I was like, okay, what will this do? I do that, and it's like showing online. And it's actually just another LLM in the back responding to all these details. So I can just chat, but this is just chatting with an LLM. So it just responds. Nobody responds this quickly. Okay, moving on. So we get to, I was trying, then I came back from Seattle, and then on my way back, I was trying to figure out how do I make game design in here. I wanted to use San Francisco as a city, and I wanted to make a game, a driving game in San Francisco. So then I just started trying to figure out, it started to generate a car, and that wouldn't work. So I was like, okay, let's just make it a person running in the city, and I tried to give it like some more details a mythical fantasy place in San Francisco. I tried to do that, but then it started running into errors, and then it has been like trying to just fix all of these errors, and there's this button auto fix. It tries to look at all these details and tries to fix this. It's been running for a bit and it hasn't been able to fix. I tried to play this game using WASD. I see that it tries to look like it's moving somewhere, but then I don't know. I don't see anything else around it. It did a lot of work around generation part where it like gives me a new kind of new missions in here to go and look for it, but then I can't move anywhere on the map. I asked it to do a mini map and mini map is available, but like I don't see anything in the mini map. Mini map is not moving. It uses all the key combinations that it has given me in here on the rules of movement, but it doesn't do there's no game happening in here. Nothing is moving. So I was like, okay. I don't know how the team was able to build this game in here, but I wasn't able to at least one shot it, or like even with multiple shots in here, it didn't work really well. And this is the part about vibe coding that a lot of people don't understand. I understood how to make some of these different details, but once you get past some of these more basic examples of web apps and you want to build something fun, okay, it just made some changes in here. Let's see, can we move WASD? It shows that my figurine, this is a tie in here. It seems like it's moving around, but it's not actually doing anything in here. And it seems like this is a signpost, but I pressed WASD, but it's not actually moving anywhere. Okay. So yeah, this is the part about, I was talking about how vibe coding is limited by the experience of the person itself. I don't know how to make games, and I can't really tell you how to make this work and what to even prompt in here for me to make it work. I asked for mini maps, things that I know from my gaming experiences, but those are definitely not the building blocks for something like this. Some apps like this, which are very common, very prevalent, it understands and it uses those details. Similarly, like these design system, things that it has seen in the web, and things that are very connected to its own use cases, where it can use Gemini for generating text, like this one for translation in here, or here where it can use it to generate the images. But something like this where we are trying to generate just pure code by vibe coding, and especially this setup right now, Gemini build is focused a lot on web apps, and we are trying to make a game and more focus on the gaming side, less on the app side. I haven't been able to make it work, but again, as I said, vibe coding very limited by the person who's doing the vibe coding. Another one that I tried making in here, generate cast. It was working earlier, but then I tried to make some changes in here and it didn't work. So I'm just gonna give it some more time to try to fix it, but it has been trying to fix it for a few times. So we will see if it actually is able to fix the errors. So we'll try, let's see if it works. But essentially it gave me a way to play around with cars. This is another one that I tried to build, which is generating blueprints for based upon your configuration. So you can give it a 3-bed industrial loft design with a garage and a patio. And I want large windows facing the sun. Okay, so let's generate the blueprint, and it essentially, this is similar as previous use cases where it can use some of these details to pass a prompt to Nano Banana or any of those other models that it's using behind in the backend and generate the code, generate the details for us. So in here we know that it's using Gemini in here. You can look at the code as well. So I haven't shown this yet, but you can look at all the code. But my hope is that these systems get better and better, that you don't never have to look at the code. Let's see what it generates. Last time it generated a ensuite washroom, but the washroom was outside of the suite, so it definitely wasn't ensuite. But let's see. We can come back to that. Let's go back to this one. This one was the most funny one. Again, at Seattle, we wanted to create a zoo app where you could see different animals. See, the thing that it did good job at is creating this website, and you can filter and you can search and you can do all these different things. But as you can just tell right now, this is definitely not an African elephant, and this is definitely not a Bengal tiger, and this is definitely not a red-eyed tree frog. So there's some things that it does not have a great setup for right now. These might be images that it's generating or it's pulling in from just randomly from the web. So I don't know, I haven't looked at the code at all, but the thought is that I should never have to look at the code. We should be able to like make changes in here, and it should be able to make all the updates in here. So this is very interesting that it has listened to the guide as well. And I tried last time, it was actually able to generate audio of this text. It was not listening to the. Welcome to the exhibit of okay. The African elephant. I'm just going to stop it. But yeah, it is reading this text, not making the noise or the sound of the animal itself, which I originally thought it was going to do. But yeah, it made the whole thing. It was pretty good. Let's check back in on here what is going on. Okay, so this app wants to request access to microphone, and then it's gonna use a dream journal. I'm gonna allow it and see how it works. Connect with Gemini key. Done. Record your dream. Allow while visiting the site. I dreamed that Gemini was able to create amazing apps for me in one go. Stop recording. And let's see, what does it do? It's consulting the oracle. Okay, I don't even know what was it supposed to do in here. Below the image, but it's structured psychological interpretation based on recognized archetypes. Explore deeper. The magician, the innocent, the seeker. That's the archetype. Dreaming up visuals. It's generating an image here right now, but this is the text that it used. Interpretation. I don't believe in all of these things, but it's very interesting that it's able to generate this. I want to see what image it generates here, but let's go back to here. Oh yeah, so this is a blueprint of the home. We asked it for long, large windows. There's a garage in here. This is the living room in here. Large facing. What does this say? Let's see. Just want to see what does it say. I can zoom in here. You can see it tries to generate text, but it's not 100% there yet. Like somewhere the text goes into this random gibberish. I'm trying to also, I don't know how to use these tools. Let's zoom out a little bit and then zoom in. Oh, I thought I had the hand tool. But anyway, seems like it did a good job, but it's actually not 100% true or 100% correct, but it got most of the things in here. Master bed has a bath in there, but I don't know why the bath also allows other people to go in there. There's a single bath in the house. I would be worried. In a 3-bedroom house, I would want at least 2 baths. A garage has a lot of plenty of space, but not enough bath space. Patio, living, dining. There's a kitchen. Well, it got a lot of things, and it got. I guess this is the big windows that it got. It also got these exposed steel beams, which is the industrial loft setting that it was going for. So yeah, it got most of these details. And let's go back in here. Oh my goodness, this is what it got in my dream. This is my dream interpretation. But yeah, this is essentially all Gemini built. You can build your own. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. And let me know if you want me to try building something interesting. I have something going on right now that I want to show it to you in next few videos around racing. Yeah, I'll talk to you, catch you up in the next one. See ya.